This is Chris Johnson, and you know what I think about probably more often than I fucking should? I'm introspective a lot. I'm always walking around my own fucking head, and I think about who the fuck I am now, who the fuck I've been, and kind of like who I want to be. Like, what kind of person do I want to be? That is a very simple answer. I just want to be a good person. As good a person as I can possibly fucking be. That is the only fucking goal. And I think I always kind of wanted to be that. You always want to be a good person, don't you? Or at least I think you should. I've met fucking plenty of people over the years who don't give two shits about that, or just selfish fucking assholes or dicks, or think it's fucking hilarious to be pricks to people. I have no respect for that shit at all, and I think you guys are fucking horrible human beings. But I've always wanted to be a good dude. And I feel like it's something you probably are always going to be like a constant work in progress towards. Because I think like the moment that you start thinking like, hey man, I'm a great guy. You're probably not a great guy. You're probably fucking a little bit self-absorbed. Always be striving to be fucking better. Always be striving to be a good dude. Then you're going to make good dude decisions. Or good woman decisions. Or good whatever the fuck decisions. Good people decisions. Be good people. But I look back, man, and I think back to like, you know, high school me and like, motherfucker, like, I am not like thrilled with that guy. High school me wanted to be a good person, but he was a fucking mess. And like so many people during that time of their lives, he cared more about acceptance and fitting into a specific group than he did about being kind. And I probably said shitty things to a lot of people, and I regret that. I did the same thing in college, and I've done the same thing in my fucking 20s and my fucking 30s. And motherfucker, I'm 41. I've probably done the same thing in my 40s, I guess. The short tenure in my fucking 40s, probably done it. I try not to, you know? I try to be fucking more aware of it. But you probably slip up every now and then. And like as I think about that shit, I always think back to this one conversation. It's a conversation I had with my now ex-wife as we were going through our divorce. Now this is not to fucking like pile on her. Do we talk? No. Do I want to talk to her? No. Guarantee you she feels the same way about me, and that's fine. I don't hope she's doing poorly. I hope she's got her fucking life together and that she's doing great. And we're fucking 9 years out, more than 9 years out. So like this shit is over. This shit is settled. I've dealt with all this stuff. And when I think back to this conversation, I don't think back to it as like, wow, she's a huge fucking asshole. I'm thinking about it just in the terms of like somebody who once cared about you saying like terrible things to you. Or, you know, in the sense that like, hey man, people are capable of saying some fucking horrible things and you should always strive to not do that. But there's a couple things that I always think of. I don't really know why I think of these things, but I think of these things a lot. One of them is this quote right here. It says, wow, and then a bunch of ha-has. You know, obviously it was a fucking sarcastic laugh, but it says, you're going to be so happy. I hope you love your mistake life full of stuff. Because that's all you will ever have is stuff. You will never be happy. That quote is always fucking stuck with my ass. And this one too. I should have left you so long ago. You are not a good person and you never will be. No amount of therapy is going to help. I was seeing a therapist at the time, and I still am. And look, those are fucking horrible things to say to somebody. But hurt people hurt people. And I don't know if I've ever said anything quite like that to anybody else, but I've said shitty things to other people that might have made them feel like those two comments made and still make me feel. And I've apologized to so many fucking people over the years. And sometimes if I think of like another person that I fucking wronged in my fucking mind, I'll fucking apologize to them too. Because I don't want like your memory of me to be like, hey man, remember that fucking asshole Chris Johnson who fucking said this? And I guarantee I've missed people. And I'm sorry if I missed you. And seriously, if you think I owe you an apology for something, you can fucking message my ass. I'll fucking listen to you. And I will fucking determine if you deserve the apology. You probably do, but maybe you're just a fucking asshole and you don't. I will be the final arbiter of that. I will be the fucking king here. But in all honesty, I do think about those things that she said to me a lot. Because I wonder if they're true. And like, yeah, I mean, your therapist will be like, well, that's not true. But like, I don't know, maybe it is or maybe it was. But it's a good thing to help keep my ass grounded. Like, don't do this. Don't be this fucking guy. Don't be this fucking person that somebody else is painting you to be, whether fairly or unfairly. And I guess another reason I think about it is like to just remind me of how it fucking feels. How it feels to have somebody say something so fucking terrible to you. And to like never fucking want to put yourself in a position to fucking do that to anybody. Because those fucking quotes stick with my ass. That somebody who was with me for 14 fucking years could say that. And this isn't unique to our relationship. Check a Reddit thread for fuck's sake. People say stuff like this to each other all the fucking time. And it's fucking horrible. And it's gonna fucking stick with people. And it's gonna fucking rip them up inside. And it's gonna give them things that they might never fucking forget and always have to fucking deal with. So I guess like, stop. Get yourself fucking help. Look, you can hate your fucking spouse. Your spouse might be a fucking asshole. You might have a fucking very good reason to fucking lash out at them. But you also might not. And you also might be being a huge fucking dick. And you also just might be angry. And motherfucker, I have done a lot of fucking things and said a lot of fucking things when I was angry that I wish I didn't fucking do. You cannot take those things back after you fucking do them. So just fucking think a little bit. Please think a little bit. Especially if you loved somebody once. I think that's what really fucking kills me about those quotes. Like, motherfucker, like, you didn't hate me for 14 years, did you? Like, we didn't hate each other for 14 years, right? It's just fucking depressing. It's depressing to think that, like, I don't know, that somebody could fucking say that to you, I guess. The outside noise will always be like, hey, man, just fuck it, forget about it. Like, no, dude. Sit with it and process it. It's kind of psychotic to not be affected by shit like that. So I guess my point is fucking think before you fucking speak sometimes and try not to be a dick. Try to be a good person, try not to be a fucking dick. And I wish that was a lesson that I fucking learned years ago. Sometimes I think I deserve it too. Like, fuck. Maybe if I wasn't such an asshole, somebody wouldn't have said that shit to me, but I don't fucking know. Shit is said when it gets said, I guess. I'll be back Sundays and Wednesdays. Podbean's host of the cast. Every fucking episode is there. I'm also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and iHeartRadio and Pandora or whatever the fuck. Twitter at Johnson Hates You. Facebook timeline and Instagram at maybe the number 5 minutes.